Hello mermaids and mermen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a hair clip similar to this one that I wear on the regular. This one's obviously a bit beaten up because I've been wearing it for about 4 years. But I'm going to show you how to make something similar. Of course, make it your own. You don't have to make it goth like mine, but this is a waterproof craft that you can take swimming with you. I actually use mine to help keep my wig on my head for all of my professional mermaid events. Let's get started. Here's what you'll need to make your mermaid seashell hair clip. First, you will need some plastic greenery. You can get this at a craft store, or I'll link some down below in the description. There'll be tons of stuff linked there. Make sure it is durable and make sure it is plastic. Mine contains 2 pieces that are tied together with wire. You will need a large metal alligator clip. You will need some tulle, which is kind of optional, but I'm going to be using black tulle. You will of course need your seashell, one that looks like this. Make sure it isn't a super shiny one. You'll want it to be kind of rough on the outside, so I suggest going to the craft store and picking out one like this. I'll put the name right here so you know what the shell is called. You may want to use some sparkly beads to add a little extra pizzazz to your seashell. I'm also going to be using a piece of coal for my seashell hair clip. Not pictured here is some Martha Stewart craft paint, which I'll use to paint my shell in a minute. And of course, you will also need some E6000 glue, which is the stuff miracles are made of. Let's get started. The first thing you need to do is paint your seashell. Make sure you clean it off really good first. I'm going to be using Martha Stewart's multi-surface craft paint, and I'll be painting it like this. If you would like a tutorial on how to paint your seashell, I have a couple of painting tutorials that will give you all the stuff you need down in the description box, so make sure to check out those videos. But feel free to paint yours however you'd like. You can just add a simple coat of glitter. You don't even have to paint it if you don't want to. You could deck it out in pastels and goth stuff. I don't care. Do what you want. Boom! After you have painted your seashell, or haven't painted your seashell, it's up to you, grab your alligator clip. Make sure it has been cleaned off thoroughly. You can use some rubbing alcohol and let that dry, or just use some water and let that dry. And also grab your E6000 glue, because we're gonna glue some stuff together. Crack a window for this so you don't get a really bad headache and possibly nauseous. Maybe get a fan too. The next thing you need to do to make your seashell hair clip is flip over your seashell. Make sure the paint is dry. And we're going to take our alligator clip and we're going to position it on our seashell. So try to find something to prop your seashell up with. I'm going to be using this set right here so that your alligator clip can kind of stay there on its own. So I'm going to set mine like this, and I'm going to put more glue on there than I need to, because the more glue you have, the more will drip down into your shell and it'll create a better bond. Just make sure that you don't get any on the part of the clip that needs to open, because you do not want to glue your clip together. That rather defeats the purpose. And now, just let that set and we will be back in a little bit. Again, make sure you have a window open. It is best to actually do this outside if you're able to. Once the E6000 glue has dried and your alligator clip is secured to your shell, we're going to take a little bit of tulle. I'll be using some black tulle, and we are going to connect it to the bottom half of the alligator clip's jaw, which sounds really weird. So take your tulle, fold it in half, and you're going to feed it through your alligator's mouth all the way down to the base. Now simply what we're going to do here is we are going to tie it once, and then you're going to take the pieces and go on the underside and tie it around that, just so this tulle doesn't slide out when you open the jaw. And just make a couple more knots, and just for the heck of it, I'm gonna make another knot right here. And then, you know what? We're just gonna make one that'll go over top of this right here. So one that goes over the top piece too. just because why not? And don't worry, this will not impact the ability of this to open and close. As you can see, it works just fine. Then after that, I'm going to tie these two pieces together so that they kind of stick up in the same direction. So, whoop. Just like that. If you'd like, you can cut them. I like to drag my scissors. Oops, spy spider. I like to drag my scissors when I cut so you get kind of a rough looking edge, but I'm going to leave them as is right now. For the next step, I'm going to take my fake seaweed and I'm going to glue it with E6000 glue onto this metal piece here. Oop. You can have it facing backwards, you can have it coming out to the side, you can have it coming out to the front, depends on whatever you want. I think I'm going to have mine running almost across this, just slightly diagonal towards the back. So just slightly facing towards the back. Again, do what you want. You're going to use E6000 glue for this. So make sure you have a window open and give it lots of time to dry and a nice secure place to sit. Once you have waited a couple of hours for the glue to secure your fake seaweed to your seashell and hair clip, we are going to move on to the final step, which is taking some beads and maybe even a piece of coal or a rock of some sort that you would find in your local area. I actually found that coal on the beach where I swim most frequently, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to just glue that down to the area where the seaweed and the tool meet the clip. So it'll just add a little extra pizzazz, a little extra sparkle, and an extra mermaid touch. If you want to add anything else on here, you can glue some pearl beads to this or whatever. Just go to town, have fun, make it your own. I'm going to glue mine right here. I'm going to start by adding the coal, and then I'll add the beads later after the piece of coal has dried on there pretty well. So get your E6000 glue, make sure your window is open, and have some fun. I'm going to leave my coal there to dry for just a little bit, and then I'll flip it over and add some more glue on the underside to make sure it's secured really, really well. Because this is a functioning piece, this is something you'll be using for a lot of mermaid events, and you want to make sure that it will stay put. So once it dries a little bit in the position you want it, flip it over and add some more glue to the bottom. Now that the glue has dried that is securing our piece of coal to our seashell, I'm going to take some more E6000 glue, and I'm going to take some of my pearl beads and I'm just going to place them wherever I feel they would look best. Once your last coat of glue has dried for at least 24 hours, congratulations, you are ready to use your Mermaid seashell hair clip in the water. Make sure you check the description box for a video tutorial on how to make a seashell bra that will complement this piece here, along with various other mermaid crafts and mermaid tutorials. I will see you next Friday with a very special video from one of our channel sponsors that will appeal to my fellow visually impaired merfolk. I look forward to seeing you then.